I'm kinda worried about Splatoon 3 and the Splatoon series. Turf Wars looked so similar, but the core online gameplay is what I care about, and it didn't look that different. The Call of Duty and FIFA series are constantly getting shit on by people for releasing games every year that don't change anything.
Bruh, this is so freaking goofy. I just can't anymore. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So a little bit of backstory about today's video. My AC is broken and it's literally 90 degrees in here. So I said, hey, I'm gonna go find some Splatoon 3 hot take videos, and the one that I found is pretty spicy. And that video in question is why I'm worried about Splatoon 3 by a YouTuber named PK. Now, I just want to say I completely respect PK for making a video like this, and I do not want anyone harassing this creator. However, giving healthy, constructive feedback is important to me, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. So, yeah, let's try to unpack this, because this is kind of crazy.
Okay, so Splatoon 3 is releasing in less than 4 months, and we already know a fair bit about the game. The release date trailer for Splatoon 3 showed off a Turf Wars match, and yes, the game does look good, but I'm kinda worried about Splatoon 3 and the Splatoon series, and so in this video I'm going to be talking about why.
Okay, so for me, there are some genuine concerns, like how they're porting back old stages. Like, I wasn't too enthralled by the idea of D'Alfonsino coming back as just a plain stage. What I thought Nintendo would have done is, like, make it chaos themed. Like, the Inklings moved out of Inkopolis saying, hey, you know, I like the new chaos themes, but I miss the old stages. What if we rebuilt some of the old stages in the chaos theme? But it really doesn't look like they did that, which is, you know, kind of unfortunate because I kind of wanted to see those stages return in that fashion.
Alright, so what made the original Splatoon so special to me was how different it was. Splatoon was nothing like any other shooter I had ever seen before. Instead of being a dimly lit first-person game where you just shot at your opponents, Splatoon was bright and colourful and you were a squid that shot paint at your opponents. And even then, shooting at your opponents wasn't the goal. So 10-year-old me was really interested in the game, and so I bought it and loved it.
So yeah, I completely agree with this. I used to be someone who played a crap ton of CSGO and Call of Duty, and it kind of just felt the same to me. And yeah, Splatoon does stick out, and that's why I love it so much. It's not afraid to be different, which is why it seems to get so much hate. It isn't like the games everyone is used to.
Then the Nintendo Switch rolled around and Splatoon 2 was announced. And the core online gameplay didn't look very different. Yes, it looked better visually and there was going to be actual offline content in the game this time, but other than some new guns and abilities, the online gameplay looked very similar to the gameplay in the original Splatoon.
I mean, to be fair, Turf War is Turf War. You get a weapon and you shoot the ground, and whoever inks the most turf wins. Like, the thing with this is, the best way I can describe this is, I know when I'm playing Splatoon 1 and I know when I'm playing Splatoon 2, because the feel of the game is more important than just the objective you're playing.
So I didn't want to buy the game when I felt like I had already experienced everything it had to offer. Then in February of 2021, Splatoon 3 was announced, and I'm definitely gonna get flamed in the comments for saying this, but Turf Wars looked so similar.
You know what I keep noticing about these kinds of videos? Every single time they say something like, oh, well, there's not really anything new, they literally show something that's new to the game and has an impact on how we play it, which, you know, is kind of important from differentiating it from different titles.
Yes, the story mode looked incredible, there was a bus and that tower from Canada was there, but the core online gameplay is what I care about, and it didn't look that different. Obviously there were new guns and abilities, but there had to be.
This point bothers me because you're not really telling us what you want. Yes, you're absolutely right. There are new guns and abilities, but that's important because it changes how the game is played, as I literally just stated. So my question to you is, what more do you want?
Now more recently with the release date trailer, Nintendo showed off a full unedited match of Turf Wars in Splatoon 3. And yes, it does look good, the music's great, the new abilities seem like so much fun, but is it enough for a whole new game? The Call of Duty and FIFA series are constantly getting shit on by people for releasing games every year that don't change anything. Other than some new guns or players, the core gameplay stays the same. There are always new story modes, but no one really cares about them. It's the online gameplay that people care about. So it kind of worries me that Splatoon 3 is heading down the path that Call of Duty has paved.
Okay, so this bothers me because Call of Duty is pumped out literally every single year. I've lost track of how many Call of Duties there have been in the past few years. Like, come on, this is the 3rd game, not the 27th or however many Call of Duty has. For real, people need to leave this whole, oh, it's just like Call of Duty argument alone because it is so unbelievably goofy. I'm really just tired of hearing this.
If you're a die-hard Splatoon fan, of course you're gonna disagree with everything I've said in this video, and I'm not blaming you, but ask yourself this: would you want the Splatoon series going down the path of getting annual or biannual releases?
And that's just the thing, it's not Call of Duty and it's not gonna do that. Now, Splatoon 2 was an exception because it was a launch title and Nintendo rushed the crap out of it, but it really doesn't look like they're doing that with Splatoon 3. They're actually taking their time, unlike Call of Duty, which is put out in an insanely fast pace. The most unforgivable part about these arguments is they're basing their opinions based off of something they clearly don't know. I mean, I don't know either, mainly due to the fact that I just don't have the game right in front of me. All I can really do right now is just look at the things that have changed, and if you look hard enough, which isn't that hard, you can see there's quite a few things that have changed, ranging from the UI to big things such as reworked weapons and a reworked spawning system. In other words, it's just way too early to make these kinds of calls on a game that A, we don't have, and B, we still don't know a fair bit of information.
With the only new additions to the core gameplay being new abilities and weapons, would you genuinely want this? Because I can genuinely see the Splatoon series going down this path. It was a huge shock to everyone when Splatoon 3 was announced, because we thought that the Splatoon series was going to be like the Smash Bros series, with each game being full of content and changes, but only one game being on each Nintendo system.
Okay, this is the worst take because you're comparing Smash, a game that's been out since 2018, to a game that isn't even out yet. Where's the freaking logic? Bro, I must be tweaking or something.
But I guess that's just not the case. So depending on how much longer the Nintendo Switch is Nintendo's main system, I very well see there being another Splatoon game on the Switch. And whether that's a good thing or not, only time will tell. I don't know if I made this video too early or if I should have waited for more information on the game to be released.
I mean, yeah man, you really should have. All you gotta do is wait. And with that said, that is the end of this video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you disliked it, dislike it. Make sure you get subscribed for more Splatoon-like content in the future. And I will see you in the next video.